try to showcase what all advanced features or comparative studies we can do.
Yes. Today we have LLM students, mainly our LLM students, all faculty members. Right. Along with we have all other students, all batches.
Perfect. Initially, my associate, Mr. Chetan Singhal, was also supposed to join in. Mm-hmm. Since there was one last moment, change, and he had to abruptly move to another session. Okay. With, I think, some judiciary. Mm-hmm. That's why it's not at present.
No problem, sir. Yeah, there's.
The other day, Mr. Mohit Singh had given the session.
Yes,
in fact, he's also right now presenting at Bharati Vidyapith, Pune. Mm-hmm. So we're all engaged at this point of time. Somebody has pointed out my voice is a little bit low. So, Ashwari, now it's better. I hope it's now better. The voice?
Yeah, it's better.
It's better now. Okay, fine.
Okay, Ashwar, let us start. I think not much. Yeah, so we'll start, sir.
Sure.
So, let me just do the formalities. So, hello everyone, and I would like to welcome on behalf of the Library Committee everyone to this advanced training session on SCC Online. To give you a little context of this program, we had a few weeks back a training session on SCC Online, and many of you joined that, I hope. If you have not, you can, after this session, actually go to the YouTube channel and watch this. So after that initial training session on SCC Online, we received an overwhelmingly positive response from faculty and students, and there were requests to conduct an advanced training session. So the library committee has organized this advanced training session. So the resource person for the day is Mr. Rajesh Raina. He is a senior trainer with SCC Online, and he has conducted training sessions for judiciary, law colleges, university, and law firms. So I would like to now invite Rajesh sir to lead the training session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ashwari. And welcome to this SCC Online session, advanced training session. And as was mentioned over here that it will be a little bit advanced. So let me just share my screen first of all. Kindly confirm that whether you are able to view the screen as of now.
Yes, sir.
You're able to view. So first thing first, we have this web page. Of course, we're already aware about this. Then the data coverage, we have the Supreme Court and the High Courts and the tribunals. All the data is available to us. So from here, I will be just simply now logging in. And we need to ensure that this IP login is appearing whenever we are logging in from any of the place we are logging in. After entering your ID, you will be simply, going into the databases, going into the software, accessing it. And the first screen will be something like this, which you are already aware, that is Research Plus, My Library, and links. Now, of course, apart from SCC, there are so many other. Yeah.
If you don't mind, there's one thing which I wanted to show to every participant here. I in fact got 5-6 requests from our students asking us to actually show how to access SCC online through our remote access. So if you just allow me a minute, I can just share my screen and show.
Definitely, kindly go ahead. Sure.
Yeah. Just a minute, sir. So I was getting requests and people were asking me how to access through our college, KLE Law College remote access. So you log into remote access using your credentials. So this, I think all of you must be aware of. Then after logging in, we go to SCC Online here and it will load. After, so everyone is able to reach till this step. After this, people are facing problems. It's very simple, as sir showed. You have to click login and don't go to this user login, go to IP login and enter your ID. So I just enter my login ID, right? My email ID, which I initially registered. I can click remember me or not. And I click login and I'm logged in now. So the rest of the steps are the same. The only thing is you have to remember to go to IP login. That's, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Another thing you have to remember, students, you have to use your college email ID. It is observed many of you start with your private email IDs, Gmail and on, and you'll get stuck. So start with your college email ID.
Yes, sir. Rajesh, sir, you can.
All right, sure. So as Ashwari has explained, that is, you need to access it through the IP login. Then and only then you will be able to get the access to the software. Now, as you can see, the main menu over here, and let me just start with one. While you are doing research, you will be, comparing it with some other databases and softwares in market, or maybe the free portals, or let's say, for example, in this case, Supreme Court of India. Let me go to and give you a comparison for a judgment over here. So there are various options over here in the Supreme Court of India website. So I go to the judgments area portion, and there are judgments you can search on the basis of a case number or a diary number or a judgment date and parties and all. So we'll select one particular option. Say like I'll mention the parties, and the party name I'll just put as petitioner or respondent over here. Let me just type that case of Puttaswamy, and I remember the year, that was 2017, and somewhere in August. Just select the dates. So it will be 1st of August till, let me put again 2017. It was, I'm not remembering the exact date. So I'll, in the range, I'll give the entire month. And then I'll just click on this. Sorry, I'll have to first enter the digits, the security code 7533, and then I'll click on submit. This way I get to see this title over here. You can see Justice Case Puttaswamy, Union of India, and Anish Kumar, etc. Now the same thing, let's search in SCC Online, and let's see the comparison over here. So I'll do one thing. I'll go to find by party name in the on the dashboard, and select the jurisdiction. Of course, it's a Supreme Court judgment, so I'll type that over here, and then the party name. Right now, this is a 2017 case, so I'll just scroll and search for that over here. That is 2017. This is the one. 9 judges bench, and then I click on go. So this way it will open the judgment. Now let's see what all we have here in SCC Online as if we compare it with the Supreme Court of India website. So over here you will see in this judgment, of course, there will be a lot of editorial work or some input, extra input that you have. Here in the, let me click on this date over here in this Supreme Court judgment, and over here it starts straight away, reportable. We do publish or provide you reportable, non-reportable also in SCC. In the Supreme Court of India civil original jurisdiction, when it starts with the writ petition number, and then the parties, petitioners and respondents, and this list was for quite some time, and then immediately after that judgment starts. Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud, like this. So this is how it starts, and now let's move back to the SCC Online, and here you will see that it's mentioned here the indexing has been done for the head noting part. The first one, as you can see, key rulings of the court recognizing right to privacy. Then second one, nature and facets of right to privacy. And third one, restrictions that may be placed on right to privacy. This indexing is done, different parts. And then the first one starts here, key rulings of the court recognizing right to privacy as basic core fundamental right. Over here. Now this starts over here, and with the head note, the digest note part, and then finally this is one, held per curiam, and this is point number 1, and similarly then the second one starts with, and it has subparts like A, B, C, and like this C part, and it goes on like D, E, and onwards, so on and so forth. And then the next one starts. So this is all editorial input or extra what you are getting in SCC Online. If you compare it with, say, the Supreme Court of India judgment, where it straight away starts with the judgment. And here it says Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud, and whereas here you will see that justice here was the one. Let me just scroll down further. That is point number 3 and 4, and it keeps on going like this. Then finally you will see these gists. Along with the gists or the summaries, you will get these para numbers also. So every para that has been shortlisted over here, or which has been summarized over here, if you want to see the full text of that para, you can click on this hyperlinked para number. It will jump to that particular para in the judgment itself, right? And then these inputs again, as per Justice Chalameshwar, this is concurring on Constituent Assembly debates. This is one part of the judgment, the digest note part, and each and every individual judge's opinion, whether concurring or dissenting on that particular point, and all these are well defined over here in the form of all these digest notes that you have. And not only that, when you scroll down, it's a very lengthy judgment, of course. You will also find this blue highlighted portion, which is again what you call the summary of argument that happened in the court of action. And here you can see Mr. Kapil Sibal, senior advocate, and Mr. Gopal Subramaniam, and the page numbers of theirs from where they have given their arguments. So if you click on the page number, it will jump to that particular page number, and subsequently you can read the summary of arguments also over here. And while it is scrolling, I'm scrolling it down till it finishes, then you will get to see the judgment portion, which will now match with what you have seen in Supreme Court website, on Supreme Court website from here, right here. So till this point, you are getting this much of extra input, that is roughly that's precisely around 345 pages. So that is what is extra that you are getting here in SCC. Now coming to the research part. In research, we have seen that yes, we can search on the basis of a party name or a citation or by act and section. So let's say if we talk about word search, we can simply enter the keywords over here and we'll get judgments on that. And the basic thing is whenever you have a query, like I'm looking for judgments on say annulment of the marriage, where it's a minor, and maybe the age is, one more consideration. So I'll not go for the entire sentence as such. What I can do is I can enter the main keywords over here. So annulment is there, marriage is there, maybe minor and age, something like this. So these keywords I have entered over here. Now instead of maybe these minor and the age, what I'll just reduce it to a couple of them. So that will make things little easier. How? I'll tell you. So annulment of marriage. So I have put this near operator in between. So it will search for these two keywords within a vicinity of 10 words range, or proximity search, you can say. Then I'll just start the search, and results will be now displayed in the next screen. As you can see, it's populating here. 1,630 results are there, which comprise of the digest notes as well as the judgments, then acts, rules, legal articles, etc. Now within this, I am looking for, say, as I was talking about that minor or the age, so I can just enter the next query within these results. So under these 1600 only it will search. It will not search in the entire database. So you have done a focused search this way. And here you can see the judge. There's an article, of course, first, then a digest note. Let's just open this, and as you can see here, it's mentioned annulment of marriage, prayer for locus standi held in terms of section 12(1). Only minor, although if we had put minor also, this would have appeared. But since age is also mentioned somewhere, so it has picked this one also by age also. So annulment of age below 18 years. So this is how you can focus on the main keywords, and then follow it with step by step focused search you can perform, rather than going for the entire description at one go. So this way we get the precise results. The other examples, like we have, I want to search for judgments on right to health for people who are below poverty line or something like that. So again, I'll just focus on the main keywords. So right to health is one. And this time around, I'll put them in double inverted commas, because I want to search them as a phrase, as a single word. So, but whenever you have a phrase search, you should always put them in double inverted commas and then start the search. Again, I'll get a list of results, and within those now, to make it more focused, I'll just simply search within those results that I'll get for, let's say, below poverty line people, maybe. So I can just simply type that over here in the search within search option, and in double inverted commas again, so that it searches a single word or a phrase, and again it will now narrow it down further. So this is how you can perform these focused searches, and breaking it into steps. And of course, you are also using the near operator in between. Similarly, you also have, apart from this near operator, there are a couple of more operators like or and not. As you can see on the bottom over here, it says use not, or, and near all capitals. So we can use this or operator for maybe the synonyms. When you have a search, when you have to search for similar words, you know, in the judgment. So the judgment, like there was one judgment where it was mentioned whether the Xerox or photocopy or photostat can be admitted in the court of law. So these three are synonyms sort of. So Xerox is one, the other one is photocopy, the third one is maybe photostat. So all the three types I have, you know, entered over here. Somebody's already done a query, the suggestion is appearing, I'll just pick that. So what it is doing is, it is searching for either of these. By using this or operator, it will search for either of these. And of course, it's also you know, mentioning admit star or admissive. These are all constants. Star. So what this will do? This will take care of all the extensions, whether it is admitted, admittedly, admitting, what all it is. The first constant 4 letters we have kept, and then followed by that the star, the asterisk mark you have to put. Same goes the case with admissibility, admissible, and things like that. And these will be now searched within a proximity of by default 10 words. What if I had not entered the or operator? It would have still given me some results, but where all these three types, I mean all these three synonyms were appearing in the same judgment or document, only those will be given. So therefore, I'll miss out on the others where maybe at times it might be mentioned as photocopy or maybe Xerox and photocopy. So software will internally do all these searches. It will search thrice for all these types, or maybe 4 times when any of the combinations, and give you the results accordingly. So that is how this OR operator works. Let's see the results as they are populating on the next screen that will appear. And yes, you can see the first digest note here itself. We can read this. Admission of documents in evidence, proper procedure for admissibility of a document held to be decided at the stage of admission itself, instead of leaving it to be decided subsequently. Right. So here it is talking about provisionally admitting photocopy. And if you go to some other document, let's go to this one. Again, photocopy admissibility is mentioned over here. Then we move on to the third one. Here it is talking about Xerox copy. So this is how this on or operator takes into consideration all these, you know, synonyms. Coming back to the dashboard, I'll click on this icon, dashboard, and I'm back to the dashboard. Similarly, we also have another option, which is in the form of not, where I don't want one particular topic to be included in the results. So I'll use the not operator in that case. I'm just you know, looking for judgments on compensation, but I don't want one medical negligence. That is one example. So it will be not be included in the results of compensation, this medical negligence. And moreover, I can use multiple times the operator. Say for example, I don't want one on motor accident or on land acquisition. I can use it more than once also, like this. And this is the this is how it will function. It will now exclude these 3 types in the result list. As you can see over here, I can just cross check by typing one more in search within search, the same one, that is medical over here, and let's see the results. No results found. So they have been kept out successfully. Another new one new feature which has been added just recently, maybe in a week or so. I'm sure you all will appreciate or agree with this, that at times I'm seeing this digest note, and I want to swiftly copy the citation and the title. So there is an icon now appearing in the third column, the first icon, that is copy citation and party name to clipboard. The moment I click on that, it will get copied in the clipboard. Then I can just use my editor, anything, Word editor, Notepad, and all these will be get pasted immediately there itself. So it's quite handy, I think. Let's move back to the dashboard. Not only word search, of course, beyond that, we have some other tools available over here. Find by party name, we have already seen. There is also one option, that is find by topic. And in find by topic, what you can see is the list of all the topics alphabetically arranged over here. Let's say, for example, open this administrative law. Here you can see administrative action, one of the topics, then judicial review, legitimate expectation, natural justice, promissory estoppel, etc. Now, one way is to just select that, but one particular, topic, and click on the go button. So what it will do, by default, it will search in the digest notes only, but on the bottom there are couple of more options where you can search everywhere. In this case, search everywhere, it will search not only in the Supreme Court digest notes, but in the entire databases, including the high courts, the tribunals, etc. So this is one easier way to find your judgments on a particular topic. Am I disconnected? No. So let's go for one more example over here. See, there are topics, and under the topics you have those subtopics. You saw one under administrative law. But being a law student, if I want to know, especially for maybe first year students, I don't know whether this particular topic falls under say criminal or service, or maybe some other statute list. So what I can do is, suppose I give you an example of police. Police will fall under criminal law. Yes, I understand. But you will also see service law, human and civil rights. So let me open one. So service law, you will see police manual for different states. In human rights, you see these police in action, atrocities, armed forces, etc. And doctrines and maxims also you can see this police is mentioned. Then in custom also, police is mentioned. Criminal law, of course, there is police is there, and in armed forces also CRPF, etc. You will find this. So you get to know, for better understanding in the law, which particular topic list or statute rules this topic falls. So this is also going to be helpful. Now let me move back to the dashboard. Apart from the find by party name, you have this find by citation option also. In find by citation, you are not restricted to only say SCC, or maybe the tie-ups that we have with the regional publishers, like we have ILR Karnataka, or maybe Maharashtra Law Journal, MP Law Journal for different states. Where we don't have a tie-up, we have kept the equivalent citations. So therefore, if I want to search on AIR citation, I can do that. First thing first, I'll just type that AIR in the space provided, then it will give me the different types of citations. I'll select, let's say, first one, the Supreme Court, and and therefore I'll just enter the year. It gives me the page index, and I am now able to access this judgment. Now in this judgment, you will find the SCC citation, of course. Let me just move to the digest note. And the digest note, when I scroll down, it shows me that this is a citation of SCC, but yes, we have kept the equivalent citations of AR. That's how we reach there. All India cases, CUTLT, Criminal Law Journal. So any of these citations, if you have, you will still be able to access this particular judgment or document. So that is one, and of course, find a case law by section will be you'll be able to access judgments on particular one, say act, let's say Indian Penal Code, and in this, if I want to see the judgments on, say, section 302, I'll simply select that and this index of all the section lists that I have, and it will simply, after selection, click on go, it will simply give me the digest notes, the judgments, etc. on the subsequent results that I'll get. Now, at times we also have more than one act as well as section to search on in the same document or same judgment. In that case, what I can do is, because this has a limitation, it will select only one section and act at a time. So I'll go back to the word search, and rather here I'll enter the sections and the acts, let's say Penal Code section 420 and Negotiable Instrument Act. I need not enter the all of entire type and the entire act here. So Penal 420, Negotiable 138. Let me just type. And what I'll do now is, in between these section and act, I'll type near operator. Now it will search, of course, within the range of 10 words, and thereby I'll be able to pull out all those judgments or documents where both section 420 and 138 has been discussed, as you can see here. So you can use this option, this way you can use the near operator for this. And coming to the other options that there are, of course, you are already well versed with these, like saving a judgment or mailing a judgment, etc. In print, you have two types of prints: true print and non-print. True print, so I'll not delve more on that. Also, you can generate a link by clicking on the share icon over here, and the generated link can be then shared with your colleagues, as you can do it. And of course, as far as the copy paste feature is concerned, let me just first pull out a Supreme Court judgment over here. And in this, you will see that the judgments where head notes are being provided, you cannot use the manual copy paste method. In that case, you will have to use these icons just before the para numbers. To select multiple paras, you can do that by a single click. And after selection of the paras, you will simply click on this smart copy option. Thereby, it will open it in a new window where it will also mention the party name, the citation, equivalent citation, the page number for each and every para. And from here, I can just simply mail it to myself or my colleague, or copy it in entirety and paste it in, say, Microsoft Word editor. Or if you want partially few lines to be picked up, you can use the manual copy paste method also right here. And there are some judgments where you don't have these the head notes, right? Let me just check one here in High Court, Allahabad High Court. Let me see one. If there is no head note, like in this case, here you can simply manually highlight, manually copy and paste in that case. So wherever there is no head note embedded in that. So these are the two methods by which you can simply, copy, paste. Now coming to the find by party name again, here, as I told you, you can choose the jurisdiction. If you're not sure about that, you can click on all jurisdiction, and then you will proceed with the party name. And in the party name also, at times, if you have a very common name, it will give you a huge list of results. So you can type both party names here itself without any V or versus dot in between. Let's say Kharak Singh versus state of Uttar Pradesh. If I type this much only and both party names and then click on find case, so thereby it will just give me the handful of the results. Now let me open this judgment for you. And this again, right to privacy, it's a old judgment of 1964. 62 rather, 64 is the citation over here. And as you can see, there's a one judgment and 34 law points. And remember, this judgment is not entirely overruled, only if select few law points are overruled. So I want to know those. And as you can see, these labels you are already aware about. That is J, which stands for full text judgment, and 6 is the quorum strength, followed by the second one, D as digest note, and 6 is the quorum strength. Now, in the point number 6, you will find another additional icon that is in the form of a red circle denoting that this particular law point has been overruled. Similarly, there could be more than one law point which is overruled. And remember, there are judgments where you have law points in the vicinity of 100, 150, 200, or maybe 230. So it is very cumbersome to scroll and identify each of the overall law points. So the shorter method is you type overruled in the search within search area, and thereby the software will now pull out only the overruled law points for me in the result list column, the second column over here. The first one is judgment not overruled, so overruled is mentioned somewhere, so that's why it has come up here. Digest notes second and third also are not overruled, but overruled is mentioned in this description somewhere. But of course, apart from that, 4, 5, and 6 are the overruled law points. Let me open one of them. And as you can see over here, it's regarding the UP police regulations, 236C D and E constitutionality, Constitution of India, Article 19(1) and 21, right to privacy. Per majority, this is the opinion. But yes, there is a dissenting opinion of Justice Rao and Justice Shah. Two judges have a dissenting opinion on this particular law point. And then followed by that, you will also see that in which case law it has been overruled. That's also mentioned in the footnote. And as you can see, the one on 236, the second one is there also as well on Article 21. So it's talking about shadowing of history sheeter, again per majority and dissenting of opinion of both the judges again, and in the footnote where it has been overruled. Now I want to see all those case laws where this particular citation or judgment has been referred or cited, what all has been the treatment given to this judgment. I want to know. I'll click on this case reference icon, the third icon in third column, and a single click will now give me all those judgments where this 1962 judgment has been cited. So you can see it's been cited in 2014 judgment, Muhammad Arif versus Supreme. So I'll click on this, go to next highlight, and jump to that particular line where this citation is mentioned. And here it says minority view held affirmed as law. Again, same judgment, same citation, but here minority view held superseded and not good law. Points. Then again, it's being cited in 2017 judgment. Here it has been referred to, if you can see in the bottom, it's mentioned over here. So the kind of treatment has been met, is also mentioned. The editorial input is available to you in this digest note. Coming back to the dashboard, yes, of course, also have one more option which is very, very helpful. That is in the form of preparing your own case compilation. And you can not only add the cases in the compilation, you can also add the articles, you can also add the bills or notifications apart from the judgment and digest notes. So let me just add this one. That is the present digest node that we have in front of us. And I'll click on this icon known as add to my SCC Online folders, the second icon in the third column. Thereby, it will now, prompt me to, either press OK to save it in this existing folder. By default, it shows my folder. So I'll just click on change folder since the last previous one which was created is being displayed over here. So once you click on change folder, click on my folder, click on new folder. New folder gets created over here. Once that is created, it prompts me to enter the name. So it will be, I think I've already created once. I'm not sure. Let me just check. I'll enter KLE. No, it was not created. So it's a new one that has been created. After that, I'll simply click on select folder. Now the name changes. So my folder is selected. I click on OK. And this particular digest node gets saved in that folder. And remember, all this, these files, these documents are being saved in that folder, and that folder is being saved on the SCC Online server, but under your credentials. Only you can access it, not anybody else. So this was the digest node. Similarly, I move on and open one Supreme Court judgment. Let's see. And here again, I'll repeat the same process. I'll click on add to my SCC Online folder. Folder is already selected. I click on OK, and the second document also is being saved over here. I have saved one digest node, one Supreme Court judgment. I can also add one article over here, right? So I'll just select one article over here from Chanakya National Law University, I think, and then I'll click on this add to my SCC Online folder and click on OK. This way, I have saved a different type of documents in the same folder. And now I would like to retrieve that folder. I want to access that folder. For that purpose, I'll use this option of my SCC Online, second icon from top, and select under my folders this view folder option. Clicking on the view folder will give me the list or show me the list of all the folders that I have created. And the latest one that I created just now, it's already default selected. And in the result list, it will show me the documents that I attached their titles. Now from here, I'll select the documents of which I want to prepare the compilation. So I'll click on this checkbox of result list. All the three documents get selected. Post that, I'll go to this action icon button and select the last option over here, which is create case compilation. Once I click on that, it will now display in the next screen the titles. And of course, there are a few options on the right hand screen. So if I want this article to be on the bottom, I'll select it and click to move to bottom. This way I have arranged it. Once this arrangement is done, then I will click on the create case compilation button. And while we are discussing, believe me, in the background, it's preparing. The software is preparing the case compilation for you. Usually, if you do it manually, it will take you an hour or maybe two. Here, it will be a matter of a minute or so. As you can see over here, the first digest node from page number 1 to 2 is mentioned here in the table of contents. The second one, from page number 3, only one page document, and from page number 4, the article till page number 19. And over here, usually you do enter your notes, so that all is possible over here. It is editable. You can insert a line, delete a line, make it bold, italic, etc. Not only that, you can also insert your college logo also, or maybe later in your profession, your law firm's logo. So what you need to do is you simply need to copy the URL. Say, suppose in this case, I'll pick this SCC Online logo, copy image address. I have just done that. Then click on this image, paste the URL in this URL section. And of course, it's quite huge, so I'll reduce it to say let's 400, let's say, and click on OK. So this gets embedded over here. And then once the changes are made, you click on the save button to save the changes. So that is the table of contents, the first part. And then coming to the page numbers. As per your table of contents, the pagination has been already done. As you will see now, when I click on the pages, all the pages will have the page numbering done automatically within the square box. So page number 1 to 3 is the first document, 1 to 2, I think. And from 3, the next document starts. And from 4 onwards, the next one. So it's in continuation. And from here, I'll just simply click on these download arrows for both the segments, and this will get downloaded into your downloads folder. From there, you'll take a print, and then you can simply present it in your, say, court compression or later profession in the court itself. So that is the case compilation feature that you just saw. Coming back to the dashboard, we also have this My Library section, and under My Library section, we have this browse curated topics. Now what this is about, this is basically our editorial work, that what they have done is they have curated these topics, and these topics will find various subtopics, or topic 3 will be available for all of them. Couple of them, constitutional law and property and real estate, are still in the making, so they are grayed out. Rest are available to us, like public law, corporate commercial. Let me just click on public law. And under those, under the public law, you will find various topics. So once the topics are there, you can select one among those topics, and it will not only give you the statutory law, it will give you the entire, legal areas, that is whether a notification or a circular or an article or a bill or the judgment, etc. All of that will be available to you here. So under the public law, as you can see, there are some 7-8 topics over here. If I click on one of them, say like citizens and migrants and aliens, under that you will see the topic 3, like constitutional documents. Those are available over here. Constituent Assembly debates, wherever it's talking about the citizens and migrants and aliens. Then under the statutory law, of course, it will have the Principal Act, the Citizenship Act, right? But apart from that, you will also see the Representation of People Act. You will see Succession Act. You will see also some Geneva Convention Act, etc. Immigration Act and Foreigners Act, Foreign Marriage Act, etc. So you see so many acts under this one statutory law, because the rest of the acts with their specific sections are related directly to the Citizens Act or Citizen, Migrants and Aliens. So all the information from different databases has been hand-picked and placed here at one place. So this way, all the information is not scattered, it's at one place. Same goes with the case with the rules and regulations, as well as the notification and circulars. Moving on to the case law, again, you will not find thousands of cases. You will only see a handful of judgments, though there are quite a few, maybe 20, 25, which are, hand-picked by our editorial on this main topic, that is under the citizens, migrants and aliens. And on citizenship, you can see the digest note over here. And if you want to see the judgment, you can simply click on the citation or the title, and it will open that for you in a new window. You can read from there. So every information is picked here and already shortlisted by our editorial. That's why this is known as the browse curated topics. Then we have the browse law reports. In browse law reports, you can browse the reports from various publishers. Like we have AIR, we have ACJ, all India cases. So if I pull this, expand this all India cases, you can see that year wise and volume wise, it's giving me the index. So to 2021 218, the latest one. Here under that, what all judgments are there? These are their individual documents. You can click on any one of them, and the display will be there in the second column, the adjacent column. So it's a very simple, indexed way you have on the basis of law reports. Similarly, you can also browse the judgments by courts, whether it is a Supreme Court of India or a High Court or a tribunal. All of them can be, accessed from here. And the index is very simple. You have first year wise, we have kept it in decade wise bunch. So I'll pick the latest one, and here I'll simply select the year, and then followed by that you have the month and then the date. This is how you can access any of the jurisdictions case laws index wise. It's as a click and view kind of section, as you might have noticed, the My Library section. Then followed by that, we have the Browse Acts and Rules, where you get to see the entire Constitution of India, the Central Acts, the state notifications, the state acts, etc. In the Central Acts, there are two ways by which you can search for your act over here. One is you can expand it and then search where it is there in the index, or you can simply filter it out over here. Say like here I want to access that Real Estate Act. So I can type, click on the filter, and it will now just pull out the act for me here. You can see as such. This is one way, a quicker way, but you can also use the traditional method, whereby I simply just expanded it, browse it through, and get to the one you want. So let me just show you one here. It's like insolvency and bankruptcy you have. Under that, you have this, say, section 238. Now it will open the BEAR Act here, right? Now coming to the sections here, let me go to this section 238 over here. That is provisions of this code to override other laws. I click on that. Now, apart from the BEAR Act, you will also see these blue colored highlighted portions. Now, this is something additional again, extra work done by our editorial. So here it's talking about overriding effect of 2016 code. So the commentary that you see, these are actual lines from the judgment, and the judgment is Employees Organization versus Jaipur Metals and Electricals, and the citation is hyperlink. You can click on the citation to open it in a new window and you read it. After reading the relevant portion, you can close and you're back to the BEAR Act. Similarly, for primacy of 2016 Code over Income Tax Act, again very important citations, couple of them are being cited over here along with the commentary, and same goes with the rest. So this we have kept in the entire, we have done this extra work in the entire central acts. At regular intervals, you will find these most important judgments embedded within the topics of that particular, under that section that you have in the central acts. Back to the dashboard. We also have the articles from leading law review journals, from leading national law universities, from publishers like SCC also has articles section. So under that, again, the same format. If you have the title with you, you can use this filter, or otherwise you can, just simply browse. So if I was recently reading this on hate speech, I'll just filter it out. So you see the first one is from Aligarh Law Journal, and followed by that, you also have KLELC, Journal of Indian Law and Society, NUJS, and our own magazine, A Practical Lawyer, Social Legal Review, and Supreme Court cases. So you get to read these articles over here. Under the article segment, not only that, you will also be able to access some part of the SCC Online micro blogging site. We have kept over here, not the entire blog, but very specific ones. Like you have this experts corner or editorial opinion segment, and this law made easy is also very useful for, again, I should say, the freshers or first year students in simple language. These articles are available and can be read. It's an interesting read. So blog, you may not go to the blog separately within the SCC itself. You can access that here. Apart from that, you have the reports. Some reports are also available from leading national law universities. Then you have the collected essays, international contracts and Princess of Wales, etc., and space law. And of course, the Tagore Law lectures, the entire series from 1870 till 1942. These are all available to you under the articles section. Coming to the browse secondary material, you have the bills in Parliament, whether Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, introduced as well as passed both. So you can access them here. You also have the constitutional document. Under the constitutional document, you will get to see the entire Constituent Assembly debates from volume 1 to 12. Not only that, in the index, if I see, you can see the final article, that is the final Constitution of India, and the draft. The comparative table or the comparison table is also provided over here. So what all you can see over here is both the draft article and the final article, the para numbers. So para number 5A in the draft article, and actually it is para number 6 in the final draft. So you can come to know, and it will also mention the dates, etc. So the comparative table is also provided. Apart from that, you have the historical trials, which are comprising of the prehistorical, the index of, we have kept it under 3 categories: Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Maharaja Nanda Kumar, and Sir Roger case. So these historical trials are also available. And of course, policy documents from various departments of various ministries, different ministries. Those are also, accessible through this policy document segment. And the reports, of course, reports of commissions and committees we have from various reports of commissions and committees, including the law commission reports from pre-independence as well as the current ones. So again, this is also going to be an important segment for you. And as you can see, from 1956, and it goes till the latest one. I think the last one was year 2018, report number 277 of law commission report. So that is the secondary material. Of course, we have the treaties with bilateral and multilateral. I'll just skip that with the other countries. Then coming to the moot court resources. Now, these moot courts, we are not listing all the moot courts. These are the only ones with whom we have done the sponsorship. We do sponsorships for moot courts, and in lieu of what all relationship we have or the sponsorships we do get the contents from the respective universities on the moot courts. We keep all those here under this segment to benefit the students for the preparation of their moot courts. So any of the moot court, let me just pull out this material up now. Under that, you will see the problem, the winner team memorial, the winner team memorial respondent, as well as appellant. So this is going to be of great help for the students, benefit of the students who are preparing for their moot courts. This moot court segment. Then a new entry again. As you had, as I was talking about that copy, citation, and title on the clipboard feature. On the same day, we'd also kept this browse legal and business news. Now this is again pulled out from mostly from the blog, where we have the case briefs and all. So it will cover most of the judgments from there on selective titles, on topics, whether it is like we are talking about under this pandemic, cancellation of class board 12 and all that stuff that is also mentioned, and then there is a citation hyperlink. You can go for the judgment also. Similarly, on other areas of law, you will find, and for Supreme Court, High Court, as well as tribunals. So this completes the segment of my library. Now coming to the third section, we have tied up with Singapore Law Net High Online for foreign material, and it will give access to those external websites if you're subscribed, if you're a subscriber to that. Then the micro blogging site, that is SCC Online Blog, where I was talking about, we put the case briefs. These case briefs are the ones which are before the final head note is prepared and placed in the SCC journal, or printed rather. Before that, we upload it on our blog, whether it's a constitution bench or a Supreme Court normal bench, High Court tribunal. Let me just pull out this, pick this Supreme Court, and in the Supreme Court you can see this is today is 29th, and we have uploaded one, and it's on migrant laborers, one nation, one ration card, one nation, one ration card scheme, where reality in states by July 31. Now, when I click on the title, I can see that main title headline is there: to provide food security to impoverished persons, and there are some lines which are in bold. So these are the ones which are picked as it is from the judgment. The rest is our editorial work, and you will also see, after this just the title, the writ petition number, etc. And this you can think of as a, if you want to search, you're looking for a very latest judgment, which is not there in, you are not able to find in SCC Online software itself. So you can try it once in the blog by going into the case brief and searching over there. You might find one. Of course, it will not have the entire judgment at that point of time, but yes, the summary will be there. Same way, we have the experts corner, where you can read the interviews or on discussions which are mentioned by leading our law firms. All these are all placed over here. We have editorial opinions. You can read those articles. We have news related to law, whether it's appointments, transfers, or treaties, conventions. We have legislation related bills, ordinances, or notifications, rules, regulations. These also can be accessed. And of course, I was talking about that law made easy. These topics, as you can see, they are put in very simple language, explained over there. You have law school news also, like moot court announcements, debate, competition, etc., and live blogging mentioned over there. And Know Thy Judges is again a very interesting section, where if you you're interested in knowing the history of that one particular judgment. Like if I'm opening this Justice King Joseph here, it will now give you the entire history of his, right from the birth, then his career as an advocate, major judgments that he has delivered or authored, and some gist of those entire things mentioned over here. So you can come to know in a very brief period about the entire his career of the judge. So that all is available in the SCC Online blog. So, and apart from that, we have this Eastern Book Company, our parent company. There you have online short-term courses. You can get access to that through this link. ABC Web Store has all the printing, publishing, descriptions are available, details are available. You can subscribe on that. And of course, SCC Online Store has this product as well as its other variants that we have. Those are also, you can access them from here with the SCC Online Store option. Now, let me just what else? Well, that's, I think I have more or less completed the session, and I think we can just open the question and answer round if we have any.
Yes, I request students or any faculty members who'd like to pose any questions. You can just type it in the chat box, or you can raise hand. I'll just facilitate that.
Sir, I wanted to know, is this
Yes.
online just a link or do we have some access also?
See, depends on the subscription. I think Bhakti ma'am might be able to. As far as I know, I think Hein Online is not subscribed in your
Okay.
college, so you won't be able to access it. I think you have the English law, of course. English law is, I think, there, but not the Hein Online, because Hein Online has a repository of 150 journals across the globe. Law journals. Yes, Chetan.
Chetan sir would like to share something, I guess.
I guess he's not able to unmute himself.
Yeah, I'll just enable it. Give me. Now you can do.
Thank you so much. I was just fiddling with that. So about the Hein Online, I just wanted to add that we'll get back to you if Hein Online is there or not. In the meantime, Mohit, could you please just check if we have Hein Online for the academy or for the?
We don't have.
We don't have. So what we can do is the question that was raised. Right now, we don't have given the Hein Online access to the members. But in case any faculty members needs anything which is available on Hein Online, please feel free to reach out to us. We will give you. We'll share the data for you with you. A judgment or article if you need something, please reach out to us. We have the access for sure, and we don't mind sharing information with you.
Thank you, sir.
So. Mr. Anna, have you shown the blog part?
Yes, I just finished that. Considering this,
I'll show one part in blog.
Sure.
I was in a session. So sorry, I wasn't jumping into two sessions, so I just got free over there. With blog, I would like to show one thing. Considering that we are in Bangalore, and sometimes regional language plays a very, very important role. So whatever information that Mr. Raina must have shared with you, I would not going to repeat that thing. Neither I want to pick up anything over here. Now let's suppose you're looking at this screen. There was a question which was raised in my previous session that I was taking a session for university in Kanpur, and they had a question that can the students are very comfortable with the regional language, and the regional language in Kanpur is Hindi. So they said, is it a possibility that you can give us judgments translated into Hindi? Now, though it is not a big challenge, considering the fact that we all know that there's so many translators that are available in the market right now. But as far as authenticity is concerned, when you translate anything from any language to some X language, there's a high chances that the translation might convert the meaning or change the meaning of that text. And because the original text of the judgment or the gadget is in English, if you change it into Hindi or any language for that matter, the authenticity would be lost. So we cannot do that. However, answering this question in a different way, in the research tool that is SCC Online that we are searching for, we don't give a translation. But in SCC blog, which is not a research tool, but a microblogging website, we have given this option. So like Mr. Raina has given you a brief about it. If you see this, there's an option of translate on the right side. And if you just search for Kannada, yeah. this entire website would convert into Kannada language, and you can simply go through it. This is done with a simple intention that a lot of times members who are coming from remote areas, students who are coming from remote areas, they don't have that, understanding of English so well. And over the period of time, yes, they will learn it, but we cannot, tell them that, okay, this is only the option that you have. No. So to address that concern, this is available over here. This will give you the later judgment. I'm sure Mr. Raina would have showed you the case briefs, and the later judgment comes in. And now, Mr. Raina, you can take your cursor over here. You will be able to see. You will be able to read this. Trust me. Take your cursor. See, okay, go up to the drop down, to the case briefs. You'll understand. Go to the and you need to scroll up. The screen is not shown. Yeah, side wala. It's a side wala. It's a pele wala. It's a pele wala. Yeah. So take your cursor over there. Take the second entry in this. Niche आइए, niche. Mr. Drop down. Yeah, drop down. Niche आइए. It says Supreme Court. Click on that. Supreme Court. Supreme Court. ऊपर वाला. Mr. Rana is not able to read the translation, I believe. Mr. Rana, you just gone to the High Court. Yeah, just click on the second entry. Ye wala. Yeah. So now I can't read Kannada. Neither can Mr. Rana. But what we're doing is we know where the things have been placed. Please scroll down further. No, please scroll down further. Now, if you see the first entry, click on this. Take a cursor on this. It tells you this is about One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. Okay, click on that. It's just going to open up. So please scroll down slowly and let's see when this was published. So it was published on 29th of June, right? And so this particular brief was published on 29th of June. Please scroll down further. Let's have a look at the brief so that members can read it slowly. So who was the judge? When was the date? What was it about? The text in the bold talks about the important part of the judgment. Please scroll down. The important pointers of this judgment. So you know what was discussed point-wise. And then if you scroll down to the last, no, just go further down.
No, this is the last one.
So it must have a date of the decision date. Can you convert it into the original text? I think that'll be easier. No, just say it says original over there, no? Just next to that.
It's just about
29th of, it says 29th of June. So on the same day, we made that brief for you. So 29th of June, the case was decided, and on 29th of June, this brief was made for you. And I think this is something which will help the students who are shying away from English. I think we have all been in that stage sooner or later in our life. So we all understand that this comes a challenge. English is not our first language. Some people like me who are from Delhi were, I think had an advantage that we had all English schools and that we were taught English at an initial stage. But yeah, if you go to the remote areas, they would not have that. So let's not make that a hindrance in learning. And to keep that in mind, learning should be available to everyone at their convenience. So internet is one, remote access is another one. We are reaching out to you even though there's a pandemic. We are all sitting together right now, but virtually. So we should find the solutions, and this is one of the solutions to address your concern of not knowing English. Yeah. Now we can take questions. Though Mr. Rana has already said something about the questions, but if you have any more questions, we can take that.
So I wanted to know, since in the beginning you said that when judgments are auto-translated by translators, the translation would not be accurate. Is this manually done? Is this translation manually done?
Sir, Ashwari sir, right?
Yes.
Ashwari sir, what happens whenever you translate, manual translations are not done. Though they are professional softwares that we also have in-house, which are not like Google translators. But manual translations are not done. Translations are done by software, and then they need to be vet by one or two, like a quality check team. And then they vet through the entire judgment. Is that the meaning of the judgment is right, coming across correctly or not? So that is done. But then, there are judgments of 100, 200, and there are sometimes there's judgments running into 1,000 pages. You would know it, I know it. And giving that much of time and efforts, and considering the fact that even if there's a small, change of meaning over there, the purpose of providing authentic information will go down the drain. So I think that's a very, very important factor. And and the second thing is that the courts do not accept the translated versions. So that's the two
Just
main
one
reasons.
thing about this blog. I'm not concerned about the judgments. I was just wondering about this blog. Since you said that the case is decided on 29th and it is translated on 29th. So I was just wondering if this is manual translation
No, it is not a translation. It's not a translation. Mr. Rana, could you please scroll up on this page? This is the brief. So this judgment heading, can you show us the heading of the judgment?
See, I know this is a brief. I'm just saying that when you publish it in English, you said, right, that on the same day we publish a translation of this brief into Kannada, Hindi, something.
No. We don't translate it. So if you see this, it says the judgment is on English. If you see that we have installed a plugin which is Google Translate. Mr. Rana, could you please highlight that part?
And that's what
translate?
I was wondering. That's
So,
the
yeah.
only thing I got.
So we're not doing it. Google is doing it for us on this page. Yeah. I think there's a feed. Ms. Bhakti has shared a feedback link to help us understand, how we are performing. I think a constant feedback is required, knowing if we are able to meet your expectations. Not that we can't. We tried. We develop a lot of sessions. We have been. I think this is the third or fourth session since morning we have been giving. But I think every individual, every college, every region has a different expectations. So I think it'll be nice if you give us a feedback. Not saying that, oh, I could not get my answers, but be specific, be more critical when you're giving feedback to us that I wanted to see this, but I did not, my expectation of the session was to understand how the head notes are made, or how the bills get converted from bills into act, what is the entire process, or how the judgments, the judges make the, go around deciding on facts. So give that specific feedback so that the next time we come in, we know that this is something that you're requiring. And even if it's beyond or out of the scope of SCC, we will still be like to, if you don't know it, we will learn ourselves. We'll reach out to the experts that we have in office, and we'll bring that information to you. So please don't hesitate. Don't restrict your minds that we'll only ask for SCC. Ask for anything. We'll get it to you. We'll get back to you on that. Yeah. Bhakti ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Hope no more questions. I think everything is clear. Students, any faculty members would like to pose any questions?
I think there is a question. There was a question that Gaudapanavar sir has asked.
Okay.
Are House of Lords reports available on SCC Online?
Sir, House of Lords, Chancery Courts, Queen's Bench, all those reports are available. But that the question still comes in because I have joined in a bit late. Mr. Raina, could you please help me understand if you have foreign judgments over here in the package?
I think they have Platinum Plus. Yes.
So what we can do is, sir, just go find by citation, Mr. Raina. So we have tied up with ICLR, Incorporated Council of Law Reporting, so which is the official publisher of UK judgments. So we have two reports. There are two primary reports. That is weekly reports and Law Weekly. So both the reports that is from 1865 onwards that have been publishing, those are available over here. Mr. Raina, just remove this and just scroll down gradually. I'm showing in the citations format. Come down, there'll be international heading over here. Yeah, just after this, please scroll down. Yeah, there we are. So weekly law reports, those are available over here. Then LR, appeal cases, chancery cases, family cases, King's Bench, Queen's Bench, and all that would be available over here. So you can either use a citation, or simultaneously you can also use by the party name. Mr. Rana, could you please go to find a party name? Or you can also do a word search. When you're doing a word search, even then it'll do it. So please select the quote over here. And take us down after the high courts and tribunals. So there we have it. And please scroll down. It'll be at the yes. So UK, there we are. So you can. So House of Lords has now been renamed to Supreme Court. So you can use any of that. So it's been made available over here. And just to give you one example, Mr. Anna, could you just go back to search? And search for the term merger, just a random word like that, and start search. To show it to you that the judge, how to find a judgment on a particular topic. I'm sure we have done the word search by now. And if you see the judgment portion over here, first let's see digest notes. Even in the digest notes, the foreign cases, please click on the foreign cases plus sign of foreign cases. You have UK judgments. We are the officially we are doing the head noting of all the UK judgments, and this includes your red index of UK judgments. So not only the judgment that you're asking for, we'll also be giving you the red index, and the head notes are here. Click on the judgment part, the judgments, and the foreign cases now, and we go to the UK. That should be the last. Yeah, almost there. Yeah. So Supreme Court, that is House of Lords, Privy Council, Court of Appeal, High Courts, and others. Click on the Supreme Court, that's House of Lords only. So all the judgments on the topic merger from House of Lords, or now as known as Supreme Court of UK, is available in front of you, sir. Thank you for this question, though. I think otherwise we would have skipped this important part. Considering the fact, I think why this UK is so important and why we have made so much of effort bringing in the entire UK judgments over here. Or most of you can relate to this part. Our Constitution of India right now consists of around 2,400 central acts, out of which around 13 to 1,400 are the acts which are given by the Britishers. So 50% of the acts are still the acts which were given by them. And I think it's very simple. You look at the years, 1860, IPC 1860. 1860, we were still under British rule, right? So those are the acts which are still going, Evidence Act and others, they're still going over there. So there's a huge influence that we have from them. So going back to their judgments, and seeing that, you see a lot of things. But I think there's one thing I would like to add. Yes, we have inherited a law from them. Mr. Anna, in the mind while I'm talking, could you please open this case of the custodial death, Neelabati Behra? Though we have inherited our law from them, now it's the other way around happening. We were learning from them, and now what is happening? They have started citing our judgments in their conclusion paragraphs. And now, for those of you who don't know what the conclusion paragraph means, that's the most important paragraph in the UK judgments and the Singapore judgments, because Singapore is also under the influence of UK, under the rule of UK. So the conclusion paragraph is the final paragraph of a judgment, which is considered the most important. Now, if you see this case of Neelabati Behra, and Mr. Raina, have you spoken about the case reference?
Yes.
So we click on this case reference. It'll show us all the judgments when Neelabati Behra case was ever cited. Now, those who don't know, it's a custodial death case. We're talking about that the life of a person who's in the custody is the duty to safeguard the life of a person who's in the custody is the duty of the police. So now click on the judgments. This case has been cited in various Supreme Court, High Court, foreign cases as well. Click on the foreign cases and take us to the UK. And click on the next highlight. Next highlight again. And please scroll, if you can scroll up or like, So now it says its conclusion paragraph. And if you read this, it's a very simply written over here that if you just read the line, the state owes a particular duty to those involuntary in its custody. And the case, as Justice Anand had mentioned, there is a great responsibility on the police. Such persons must be protected against violence or abuse at the hands of state agents. This is the Lords of Supreme Court of UK is citing verbatim of a judgment and mentioning the Justice Anand's name in their conclusion paragraph. This is what we have achieved over so many years. So to all the students, welcome to this profession. This profession wherein what we have done is we learned from someone, and now the people that we learned the information from or learned the trade, they are looking up onto us. They're looking up to us. So I think this is the best time to be in this profession. I wish you all the best. And I think this is the best profession that you would have choose. You can fit anywhere. You can go to hospitals. There's a legal department. You can go to Reliance company. There's a legal department. I think any sector that we have in a society, you have a legal department. And this is also a profession wherein you can bring out change. So be the change you want to, you are seeking. On that thought, we will take a pause. We rest our case now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I'm so sorry. I took extra time. I was so excited to share these things.
No, that's fine. Nice to see you here. Nice that you joined. We have with us our IQAC coordinator. He would like to comment on the training session. He want to clarify something. Manoj, sir, it's over to you.
Ma'am, sir's mic needs to be unmuted.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Bhakti Madam. Yes, at the outset, I thank Mr. Rajesh and Mr. Singh for very fruitful session. Last session, I attended and learned a lot many things along with my students. And today morning, I was using this SCC Online, and I was just trying to find out the latest decision on the decision of the Supreme Court relating to freedom of speech and expression. And I came across a case just decided in the month of March, Vinod Dua versus Union of India, relating to this Disaster Management Act, and under that, how a penal action can be initiated against people who are creating a fear in the mind of the people. And instantly I could make use of that case in my class in the next hour. So that's how the handy SCC is. So making us more comfortable and well equipped with use of this SCC. So I thank Mr. Rajesh and Mr. Singh for educating us and our students also. And one more thing, it was icing on the cake, the next session when you joined here, Mr. Singh. Definitely, we not only educated us and made us feel proud, because till date, I don't hesitate in telling my ignorance that till date I knew that decisions of the Supreme Court were being referred by Bangladesh and Kenya Supreme Courts or the apex courts, but didn't knew that even UK Supreme Court has started referring to decisions of the Supreme Court.
There's so many, sir. There's so many judgments.
So that's a moment of feeling pride about India. So thank you very much for that. And definitely we look forward for further sessions to learn more and more from you people. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you so much. And I think, sir, just to add what you said, I think it takes a lot of courage and, I think wisdom to accept that, you don't know something, especially when you are at a level that people look up to you for information. So I think, thank you so much for, sharing that. A lot of people would not even share that. And I think just to add to that, there are two professions, one who wears a black coat, people like us, and one who wears the white coat, who cannot say that we know it all. The day they say that we know it all, it's a pure recipe for disaster for that person. So I think I have sat down with, the former Chief Justices of India, Lakur sir, Deepak Mishra sir, and all. And Salman Khurshid sir, I visit his office a lot of times. And I want to share it with all the members on the forum today that, when we call out their name, we have an utmost respect for those members. You'll be surprised if I would, you should not be surprised rather if I tell you that even today, they call me or someone to seek help and say that we're not able to find this, but I want to find this. Could you please help me? Now, someone who of that stature would simply call his, office person and say that, could you call this person and get this information for me? Even to share one example, when I went to Salman Khurshid sir's last time office, the first time I went to his office, I was waiting for 5 minutes before he got free, went to his main office, and then we sat down for some, I think 15, 20 minutes, and then we got into the search. When the session got over, he stood up, he walked me till the door. I said, thank you so much for coming at such a short notice, and thank you so much for helping with this information. The point is that I'm trying to say is not that, oh, people come to me. No, that's not the purpose. The point is that there are still members who have still sitting at this level who knows everything probably, but they still spend a lot of time preparing for their cases. There are still other people who will wake up at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning and prepare for the case that has been lined up at 10 o'clock in the court. So please don't say that you know it all, because that would not going to take us anywhere. But thank you so much, sir, for bringing this. Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you so much.
Sir, thanks so much. Over to Bhakti madam.
Yeah, well, it's adding to Manoj sir, it's really exhaustive training session. And we know learning is a continuous process. And I've come to the formalities. Thank you so much, Rajesh sir and Chetan Singh sir. You joined us today, and it was a very good training session, I can say. And Rajesh sir, for lot of patience, like I did lot of rescheduling with dates because of many things were going on. I had to place it on record. Okay, with all patience you agreed, and here we could have a good session today. Thank you so much, sir. Rajesh Raina sir, and thank you Chetan Gill sir. Like we could hear from you also. And I also want to thank our principal sir. I think because of his busy schedule, he could not join us today, but definitely he'll watch it on YouTube, our recorded.
Watching it on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was mentioning. He definitely will watch it on YouTube, recorded session. And also I thank our IQAC coordinator and our library committee members, Aishwarya, and all others, and also technical coordinator, our Tanmay sir.
Very important okay. Right
now. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I don't want to like miss out our participants.
Yes.
Thank you all. Thank you all. This is a great session. We'll look forward for such session.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Bhakti ma'am, for bringing everyone together. I think that's also important. And I think this session is being recorded, so I want to put this on the record. As many a session that you want, reach out to us. We would not shy away. You want a session next week, we'll come back again. So please, exploit this offer to the max, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Take
ma'am.
care.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raina. Take care.
Okay, thank you.